Oh boy, the dry. Okay. Eric Banner. Love you, mate. If you want to see more videos, please comment, like, and subscribe as it helps the motherfucking channel out. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you don't like spoilers, please fuck off. I'm not interested in doing non-spoilers. I'm lazy, don't want to make these videos, and I find it boring. So, The Dry is a 2020 internationally made film. This follows Detective Eric Banner. He investigates a shocking murder-suicide case in his hometown. Eric Banner stars in the gripping, tough, and psychological intense adaptation. It's murder mystery, I guess. Kind of like Cluedo, or the best comparison I can make is Knives Out, with being not as good as Knives Out, personally. I really fucking loved Knives Out. Beautiful comedy, beautiful acting, beautiful scenery, costume design, and set. But this movie, it had me 90% of the way. I was sitting on my seat, fucking loving it 90% of the way. I had an issue with the last 30 fucking minutes of the film. Terrible, and ruined my experience. It brought my rating down by 3.5 points, which is why I'm not giving it a 10. But we'll get to that later. So the movie starts off with Eric. He's a federal police in Australia. I think they're living... the murder happens in a country town outside of Melbourne. I'm not sure, but it's some kind of country town. Not really relevant where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's outside of Melbourne. And his best friend shoots himself and his wife and one of the kids, and the baby is left alive. So Eric Banner goes back to his town for the funeral, and then he gets kind of interested in the case or the situation. He gets asked to look over the books and stuff, and then he finds something's not right here, and then he tries to find out what actually occurred. Did he actually kill himself, or was he murdered and did something happen? While this is happening, Eric is also having flashbacks about a best friend of his who died when he was like a teenager. Which is one of the reasons why he left the town himself, and maybe took the path of being a police officer himself. So there's kind of two mysteries throughout this movie, which kind of kept it pretty interesting. Of two of his friends actually dying. Pretty sad life this guy's had, now that I think about it. Person passing away when he was very young, and someone dying in the current place set of the film. As this occurs, people are chasing people in the town, hate him because the whole town thinks that he murdered the girl from childhood, that he was the person who committed the murder, that she actually didn't kill himself, and that he is guilty. So they threaten to bash him up, chase him down, and they are curious as his motives as to why he's investigating this case specifically. Is he like holding a grudge or things of that nature? So throughout the movie, kind of kept hidden, as movies do, as to they reveal hints along the way to slowly drip out the information to kind of keep you guessing of who it is, who did this, who did that. I think they did it appropriately. They didn't overdo it. They did it at a moderate, well-paced situation. I kind of kept guessing, oh, who is this? Who is that? And I didn't guess who it was. I thought it was suspicious how this guy, who was the actual murderer, he just seemed out of place in the movie, his whole persona and whole character. But they kind of explained it how he wasn't from the town originally, he moved up and was robbed, which kind of led to his situation, I guess, being justified. But let's just get straight into the things that I didn't like about the movie. There are actually a few things. One is the bad guy's motives. It's $70,000. Who in their right mind would kill someone for fucking $70,000? Like, it is a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, 70 grand is fuck all. I wouldn't kill one person for $70,000. Like, it's not that much money for someone to stress about to that level where you'd actually fucking slaughter people with a gun. I don't see that as, if it was like 500,000 or $1 million, I would find it a bit more believable. But 70,000, who the fuck would shoot a child for 70 grand? An adult, let alone an adult, but a fucking child. It doesn't make sense to me. Also, sorry, I'm fucking exhausted. Why would, presumably it's a biker gang or a mob gang who's going after this guy, which makes him steal the $70,000. Why would mobsters give a fuck about 70 grand? They are fucking rolling in cash. Again, 70 grand is fuck all money to these people. Make it more believable. $500,000, doesn't matter what, like, you can pull the fucking number out of your asshole. The number is not important, but make it believable. 70 grand. Doesn't make sense. Who the fuck would do that shit for 70 grand on both sides? Who would slaughter 3 people? And why would mobsters go chasing after a guy for fucking 70 grand? It's not worth their time or effort. They can make 70 grand like that. I don't get it. Second, I didn't like the explanation for why the girl killed herself. First of all, why would the bag be there 20 fucking years later? No one fucking stumbled across it. Okay, that aside. After solving the mystery and everything, I felt like it was a bit too much to unravel the second case and make it about fucking rape from the father. I feel like it would have been a much stronger movie if they just left it as an unsolved mystery, hinting at, did he actually kill her? Did Luke kill her? Did the father kill her? Did she slip and die? It would have been a much stronger movie if they kept it a mystery instead of making it a fucking rape thing from the father. I felt gross. It felt disgusting. And I know that's their intention, but it didn't sit with me right. It felt unnecessary. It felt out of place for this kind of movie. I'm not sure why, but it didn't sit with me well at all. And normally I'm not saying I'm okay with rape, but normally it kind of fits into place with movies and kind of makes sense. But for this, it felt like they were just doing it for shock value, and it wasn't. Their intentions weren't right, and it wasn't necessary. But it is what it is, and what's done is done. And that's why the rating of this movie was brought down for me, because I didn't like the justification for the bad guy's motives, and I didn't like how they unraveled the rape justification. Acting was beautiful and brilliant, but yeah, it just didn't sit right with me. Also, doesn't make sense how these guys were chasing Grant and his dad were chasing after Eric Bana's character. He's a fucking federal police officer. There's no way they'll go barging down doors and threatening to bash him up. That's a fucking crime. They'll go to prison. Like, yeah, it's not logical. And for a movie like this, for the way it was presented and the tone of it, it seemed to be very grounded in reality. And for them to do things like that seemed very inconsistent with what they were trying to pull off. But other than that, this movie was fucking sick. I love the twist of Luke getting the other chick pregnant and that being his other son. Yeah, I found that really interesting. And I like the chemistry between Eric and the other female chick. Eric, the other police officer, was really, really good. And the police officer's partner was fucking the best actor in this movie, hands down. She was brilliant and good comedic value. But yeah, just going to wrap it up there. Overall, this movie is a 7.25 out of 10. It lost points from what I said, the last 30 minutes of this film. And the lack of logical consistency throughout the movie. Just a few nitpicky things here and there. Mainly, yeah, the last 30 minutes of the film really lost me. The motives of the villain too. It left a bad taste in my mouth. But other than that, I fucking loved it. I recommend you go see this. Leave a comment below of what you thought of the movie. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next motherfucking video. Peace out. Bye.